this thing started. So let me know when y'all ready, and then you can pray.
Con, I'm ready.
Okay. All right, can y'all hear me?
Con.
But because add unto us the fruits of the Spirit, I pray everything we do in the name of you be sincere and true. Like I tell you how y'all shine. I pray all things be done in decent order. And we're perfectly safe if we be my will. You want to say how shine's name? Amen. So I actually
So it
haven't
was
did
slow at first
so
until you I said it was low at first, and then it got loud towards the end. So, but we still heard you a little bit. But once you got close to it, that's when
but the water. So I haven't pulled out these precepts in a minute. Usually like usually when we get the call started, I always start off with these two precepts, you know, but it hasn't been on my spirit to do it in a minute, but it's definitely in my spirit to do it now. So this is 1 Corinthians 14:40. Let all things be done and decently in order. You know, so Lord willing, we just want to have a godly discourse and just have it done decently in order, no interrupting one another. Let's Sirach 11:8. Answer not before thou hast heard the cause, neither interrupt me in the midst of their talk. So, you know, we just don't want to interrupt any sister while she's talking. You know, whatever sister has the floor, you know, let her talk. And then whenever you have something to say, just wait until she's done. And Lord willing, we can just have godly discourse and, you know, just exhort one another and go through some uplifting precepts and encouraging one another to continue to endure. So, and again, this is not a lesson. It's a dialogue with my sisters. So putting it out there.
I'm really excited for this lesson. Dialogue, as you said. I'm excited for this dialogue. I know the precept you sent me really have been helping. I'm still working on finish writing them out, but I was definitely am taking note of them and going to start reviewing them, at least studying them, and get myself familiar with it. And keeping Matthew chapter 10 in my head. How you say you used to be reading it a lot. So I'm keeping that chapter in mind.
You keeping what chapter in mind?
Meditating. Huh?
I said, what chapter are you keeping in mind?
Matthew chapter 10.
Oh, okay, fine. I'll pray for you. So I guess one of the first precepts that I wanted to bring out, just exhorting one another. And actually, I'm just gonna let the spirit flow because I didn't write any down, but I was thinking about a couple, but this is the first one I wanted to bring out. And this is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 2. And I'm going to start at Most High Willing. So I can one second. I'm gonna start at Most High Willing. I'm just gonna put it out here. 2nd Ezra chapter 2 and chapter 1 is a beautiful chapter. Okay, put it out there. So you really, the whole chapter is beautiful, but I'm gonna start at Lord willing verse. No, I don't know, y'all. I'm gonna just start at verse 35. How about that? Okay. So this is the book of Second Esdras, chapter 2, verse 35 through 48, and we're finna get the whole thing, Lord willing. So this is, be ready to the reward of the kingdom, for the everlasting light shall shine upon you forevermore. Flee the shadow of this world, receive the joyfulness of your glory. I testify my Savior openly. So like you. Oh, receive the gift that is given you and be glad, giving thanks unto him that hath called you to the heavenly kingdom. Arise up and stand. Behold, the number of those that be still in the feast of the Lord, which are departed from the shadow of the world and receive glorious garments of the Lord. Take thy number, O Zion, and shut up those of thine that are clothed in white, which have fulfilled the law of the Lord. The number of thy children whom thou longest for is fulfilled. Beseech the power of the Lord, that thy people which have been called from the beginning may be hallowed. I, Esdras, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people, whom I cannot number, and they all praise the Lord with songs. And in the midst of them, there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that had put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of Yahweh. Now are they crowned and receive palms. Then said I unto the angel, What young person is it that crowneth them and giveth them palms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of Yahweh, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. Then the angel said unto me, Go thy way and tell my people what manner of things and how great wonders of the Lord thy God thou hast seen. So basically, no matter what we go through in this walk, we got to continue to endure, because we're trying to get that reward. We're trying to get that crown, that kingdom at the end, that crown. We ain't gonna never get a crown on our head if we go back into the world and forsake the name and forsake the Lord, forsake the truth, and say, I'm done with the Lord, I'm done with this truth, I'm done being there for my sisters. If we forsake the Lord and go back in the world, how are we gonna get that crown? So we all trying to get that crown and get that kingdom, Lord willing. So we got to continue to endure so we can get crowned. And no matter what we go through, we got to confess Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh in the world and stand stiffly for the name of the Lord, as verse 37 said. So no matter what trial and tribulations we're going through, because the Most High is trying our faith, the Most High is trying to see what we're made of. No matter how hot the Most High turn up the furnace, no matter what spiritual demons He sent on us to chastise us and to love us, or because no matter what we're facing in this truth, we got to stand still for the name of the Lord. No matter what we face in this truth, we can't backslide and go off and transgress the name of the Lord, all because we're going through affliction. So come on.
Go ahead and put a precept in the chat if you can read it for me, Papa Kasha.
It's the book of Second Esdras, chapter 14, and verse 14 through 17, and it reads, Let go from the mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. For yet greater evils than thou which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. For look how much the world shall be wicked through age, so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. So come.
That's a big out. So I'm about to say with that precept, like we gotta basically put off thoughts that are most troubling to thee. Well, I'm sorry, trouble unto us. And the precept I was thinking about, another one was, I can bring this one out. Psalms. Here we go. Psalm 55, verse 22. Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and He shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved. So give it unto you, give it unto the Lord, and He will carry it. I believe it's one in the First Peter where it speaks about let me see. Let me go back to it. So I can look it up. I think it's in Peter. Where it speaks of like cast your burden upon the Lord.
1 Peter 5:7.
So Peter 5:7. Casting all your care upon him, for he cares for you. So basically, don't stress yourself, don't worry yourself, which I'm learning how to stop doing. Because he knows what's going on. He knows what's the best outcome for you.
The law of the Lord and the will of the Most High is perfect. Shalom, Aquila.
Oh.
Okay. All praise to the Most High. We just got to continue to endure. Lord willing, I want to get this precept. Wisdom of Solomon. And that's why it's so important to read and to study. You know, so like that's why it's so important to read and to study. So when we have like exhortation calls and when we just talking, we're having godly discourse in general, we can exhortate one another and edify your sister, you know. And that's why Sirach say, you know, we don't labor just for ourselves, but for all those that, you know, seek learning. How are you going to be? And that's why it's very important to make sure we're reading and studying, because how are you going to edify a sister or uplift her through the spirit? You don't even know the precepts. How you gonna be there for your sister and edify her and cut her up when she going off if you don't even know the precepts to go to? She dealing with a prophet demon, and you looking for a precept about pride in the book of First Maccabees. So we gotta read and study, and you know, make sure we're doing the works behind the scenes and behind closed doors. You and this LOL. There we go. Because so this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 and verse 15 and 16. But the righteous live forevermore. Their reward also is with the Lord, and the care of them is with the Most High. Therefore shall they receive a glorious kingdom and a beautiful crown from the Lord's hand. For with his right hand shall he cover them, with his arm shall he protect them. So I don't think I've ever read that today. So like I don't think I've ever read that before sundown today. Very beautiful precept. So, you know, we're trying to get our reward. You know, the reward is the kingdom. We're trying to get our reward. You know, and Lord willing, when we get that reward, which is the kingdom of heaven, Lord willing, Lord willing, when we get that reward, Lord willing, when we get that kingdom, we will never have to worry about fighting demons again. We'll never have to worry about being in pain again. We'll never have to worry about being depressed again. We'll never have to worry about being stressed again. We'll never have to worry about insecurity demons again. We'll never have to worry about anger demons no more. We'll never have to worry about no type of demon. We don't got to worry about how we're going to get this paid. We don't got to worry about how we're going to get that paid. We don't got to worry about going to plantation. Nothing. It's going to be perfect. So that's what we're looking forward to. That's the only hope I have in this captivity is Lord willing, getting up out of here. That should be our fuel to go harder. Like, oh, Lord willing, we're going to get the kingdom. I don't like how this look right now. Hold on.
So whenever you finish, I have a precept.
Okay, 1 second.
Kind of.
Okay, whatever. But you know, we're trying to get that kingdom. And it's like, you know, I used to run track, right? And when I didn't run track, I went to this run, you know, I did like a run with the city or whatever, a few years back. And at the end of the run, at the end of the race, going around the track, I think it was 4 times. Whew, oh my gosh. Going out there big. Actually, no, that wasn't it. It was like it was like a mile or 2 mile run or something like that. But anyways, at the end of it, you know, you get a reward. You might get the trophy, you might get the little thingy majigabob.
Medal.
Kind of not the medal, yeah, like a trophy or medal, but I'm thinking it is. I'm thinking of these right here. Hold on. These right here.
A pendulum? Okay. I don't even know. I forgot what those names called.
The ribbon. The ribbon.
You
so
get
you know
those at elementary.
So you know how when you running track or you running on a race or running on a mile run and there's a ribbon at the end, or there's a gold medal, or there's a trophy, you know, or you know, even when you play games on your phone, you get first place, or even when in school and the teacher be like, okay, whoever get 100 on a test, they get this. Y'all might get a piece of part or whatever the case may be. At the end, there's something to look forward to. There's a reward. How much am us? You know, our reward is the kingdom of heaven. So we got to go through affliction. You might have to go through a season of depression. You might have to go through a season of not knowing. You might break out in hives. You're going to go through a lot in this truth. And so what? We got to deal with it, you know, because the Most High chose us. So we got to continue to endure and gird up our loins, because the kingdom of heaven is what we're looking forward to. We'll never be in pain again. The things we're going through now can't even compare to the glory we'll get in the kingdom. And that's Romans chapter 8 and verse 18. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. So the things that we're going through right now can't even be compared of the glory we're going to get in the kingdom, Most High willing. You know, so we just got to continue to endure and fight these spiritual demons together, you know, because this is the condition of the battle. And if the Most High didn't think you couldn't overcome it, he would never, you know, sent these spirits on us. He would have never allowed us to go through the fire. But at the end of the day, it's something we got to go through to get the kingdom of heaven. And, you know, that's why we look at the scripts and learn. It said in Romans 15:4, real quick. I'm going to get this last precept and then I'm going to yield, Lord willing.
So, Lakia, what was the last precept?
Romans 8:18.
The water says.
But this Romans 15:4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. So we read the scriptures so we can learn, so we can gain hope, so we can gain comfort. You know, when you read the scriptures, name me one of our foremothers, our forefathers that did not catch hell. Every single one of them caught hell. From Susanna, from David, from Paul, even Yahweh Shah, Sarah. Everybody caught hell. Everybody went through it in the scriptures. How much more us? You know, so it's like, these are things we got to go through to get the kingdom. And we just got to remember the whole reason we're in this truth is to keep the commandments, wake our people up, fear the Most High, and get the kingdom, Lord willing. So, Khan, I yield.
Khan, I had 2 precepts.
You go ahead. No.
Said it. Oh, so
you go ahead.
Okay, Khan. So hold on. She gonna have to hold on. Okay, my bad, y'all. I had got a phone call. Give me 1 second. Okay, this is the precept. I have 1 Corinthians 9 and 24. It says, know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth prize. So run that ye may obtain. So, you know, we didn't start this race. We didn't start this, you know, just for us not to be able to finish. We want to run, you know, and endure through. Not running so we tire ourselves out, but you know, have that just balance and keep enduring so that we may obtain the kingdom. And then I had that's so crazy because this morning I pulled Luke chapter 14 verse 20. I'm gonna start at let me see. I'm gonna start at 27. So Luke 14 and 27, it says, and whosoever doeth not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. For which of you intending to build a tower sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it? Least happily after he hath laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all that behold, it began to mock him, saying, this man began to build and was not able to finish. So as Averia was talking, those two precepts really had me just thinking, these are the things that we have to go through, this light affliction, and just knowing and keeping that the end goal in mind, obtaining everlasting salvation in an uncorruptible body, and a spotless garment, and these things, they should be our daily motivation, to go harder, to kill off that old woman, to rebuke these spirits, and to help our sisters do the same.
Praise. So the two precepts I had were, the first one is Isaiah 41:10, which reads, fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen thee, yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. So for us, as of right now, we gotta stop fearing, whatever comes our way, because the Most High said out his own mouth that he's gonna be with us. Like I believe it's like 2:11. Look at the generation old, with that precept. Since the Lord said in his own mouth that he's not going to forsake us, there's no need for us to fear. So just keep the faith and don't be afraid. Just pray to the Most High fervently, so that he could, deliver you out of the situation, or keep pushing you to make it to the other side. And the next precept I had was Revelation 1:3, what this sister had brought out about Romans 15:4, I believe. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the times at hand. So like you said, the way that you can, help a sister out is by you studying, which includes reading. So if speaking to myself as well, so long as you read in the Bible and studying, you'll be able to help out a sister in any situation, instead of pulling things that's not pertaining to the situation.
Beautiful point you brought out, Kiki and Lily. Eating off what you said, Lily, let me back off that. We just gotta continue to endure and run that race. Like the most I had me say through the spirit. Just like when you're running a mile, or you're on a mile run, or even when you go to state with the sports, you're trying to get that reward, you're trying to get that ribbon at the end, that gold trophy. How much more us? The kingdom is our gold trophy, and we ain't gonna get it if we we just got to continue to endure, so we can get that crown. How beautiful is it for the Lord to put a crown on our head because we endured all trial and tribulation and temptation? How beautiful is that? When I'm trying to get that crown on my head, Lord willing. We all are. We all are trying to get that crown on our head, Lord willing. So we got to continue to endure. Nothing in the world is worth our salvation. Absolutely nothing. Nothing in this world is worth our salvation. So Lord willing, we can just continue to grow and build upon the foundation that we have already laid when we first came into this truth, when we realized we was an Israelite and we put our hand to the plow and we said we was going to keep the commandments. When we laid that foundation, we got to continue to build upon it, because we won't finish it. Yeah. I had Psalms. I'm gonna get two precepts real quick. Because no matter what we go through, you gotta have faith in the Lord. This is Psalms chapter 22, and verse 4-5. And it reads, our fathers trusted in thee. They trusted, and thou didst deliver them. They cried unto thee and were delivered. They trusted in thee and were not confounded. So our foremothers and our forefathers trusted in Yahweh Shem Yahweh. They cried unto the Lord, and they were delivered. So how much more us when we're going through daily trial and tribulation? Like the Most High has me say through the spirit to myself and to sisters, you can't name me a time when the Lord ain't never came through. And if the Lord has ever forsaken you, I'll end the whole call. But you can't name a time when the Lord has ever forsaken you and left you out to dry. So no matter what we're facing, we gotta have faith that Lord willing we'll get through it. Lord willing we'll continue to endure. Because Because Susanna was finna get put to death, and she still trusted in Yahweh Shem Shah. She still had faith in the Lord. And ain't none of us got finna be put to death yet. And she still had faith in Yahweh Shem Shah. She kept the faith. She didn't lose faith. You know, so how much more us? This is verse 24. For he have not abhorred nor abhorred, for he have not despised nor abhorred the affliction of the afflicted, neither hath he hid his face from him, but when he cried unto him, he heard. So the Most High doesn't hide our face from us. You know, we might be in a season, but we can't see what the Most High is doing behind closed doors. We don't see what he's working on behind closed doors, behind the scenes, and that's fine. We don't got to know nothing. We don't got to see nothing, but we still got to trust in the Most High, you know, meditate upon his laws and commandments, and just know that the kingdom is ahead. We have to go through these things. Nothing in life nothing worth in life. How am I trying to word this? Nothing worth having in life. Nothing worth having in life is easy to get. You know, if you want that job, that manager, CEO type position, you're gonna have to go through training procedures. You're gonna have to go through like all different types of levels. You might have to stay up late hours to get tests and exams done. You might have to go that extra mile because you're trying to show the people you really want the job. You might have to do this, you might have to do that, but you want that manager position, you know, so you got to put in the work to get there. How much more us, we trying to get the kingdom of heaven? We got to put it in that work to get there. We might got to stay up to get that extra reading because you had a busy, long day. You know, you might, you might pass out because you having you just might. You might be in this type of season. You might be fighting a lust demon, a profit demon, a jealousy demon, a depression demon, a sad demon, whatever demon you're dealing with. You might be doing all types of demons, you know, but that is the condition of the battle, which man born upon the earth shall fight. It said in 2 Ezra 7:57. You know, so no matter how Yahweh Hashem Shah chooses to say, I'm gonna turn up the heat on this sister, and I'm gonna see what she's made of. No matter if the Most High turn the heat up to 400 degrees, hey, you got to still continue to endure, call upon the name of Yahweh Hashem Shah. You know, because we're trying to get the kingdom. That's what we're trying to get. We ain't trying to get the newest car off the lot. Feel me? A Toyota's fine. We ain't trying to get the biggest mansion on the crib. We don't care about that. We ain't trying to get the Louis Vuitton shoes. I don't care about no Christian Dior bag. I don't want no Rolex on my watch. I don't want 20 bundles hanging down my back. We're trying to get the kingdom. None of this stuff in this life is worth our salvation. We don't care about this cares of the world. We do not care. We're trying to get the kingdom. And then I have another one. So no matter what we're going through in this walk, continue to endure and have faith in the Lord and know that it's working out for your good. You know, this Psalms 37:25. I have been young. No, I'm starting 24. Though he fall, he shall not be utterly cast down, for the Lord upholding him with his hand. So though it seems like you have fallen, you have fallen, you're not utterly cast down. The Lord is still holding you and saying, I got you. The Lord ain't giving up on you. I have been young and now I'm old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. You know, David said he's been old, he's been young, he's never seen the righteous forsaken. I don't know why I got this big light on. I'll never do that. He's never seen the righteous forsaken. It's never happened. He's never seen it. I don't like big lights on all the time, y'all. I don't know if y'all noticed that, but I don't like it. I like it a little dark and dim. Okay. And let me show y'all this video. Give me 1 second. And I want y'all to tell me what y'all think through the Spirit. Okay, I want y'all to tell me what y'all think. So I'm gonna tell y'all what exactly the Most High put on my spirit. To what I saw this with my spiritual eye through the Spirit. But I want to know what y'all think, and I'll tell y'all what I saw, and I'm gonna see if we out of out with it. You feel what I'm saying? I can't share my screen because like it be trip. Actually, yes, I can. Hold on. Let me do this. Bear with me, y'all. Shalom, sis. Can y'all hear me? Okay.
That's like I can't hear you. It's like echoing like that.
That's because I joined on my phone to show y'all something. But yeah, I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna Lord willing show y'all this video, and I want y'all to tell me what y'all thought through the spirit, through y'all spiritual life. And I'll tell you what I thought.
Most High made some beautiful creation. But I feel like it's having a bad day.
Is it going slow?
Yes.
Yeah, it's going slow.
Let's see. Hold on.
But most High made some beautiful creation. But I feel like it's having a bad day. This could be nice. Look how the butterfly keeps flying. Don't eat it, don't eat it, no! No! No, don't eat it! Dang. So think of it like this.
Okay, Con.
No
So
way. No way you got that on camera.
that's the spirit. That's the spirit.
What I can say from that video, I know it's a parable. I believe in Matthew where the seeds planted against the wayside, then a saint comes to immediately take away the word. So I can say like how that bird just came and took the butterfly away. That remind me of Satan coming and taking away what was sown in your heart.
I like that.
That's what I got from it.
I like that. Anybody else? Anybody else? Going once. Going twice.
Oh, you count too fast.
Once. Going twice. So okay, nobody else? Okay, Con. So when I seen that, like the Most High just had me catch it on camera. I don't even know. Like it was like right at the perfect timing. But when I seen that, how I took it was everybody saw the video, right?
Kind.
No, I didn't. Can you please go back?
What y'all over there doing?
I was doing stuff.
I told you should have waited. What sister said, let me see what the sister said. A sister said it was cut out for her.
I'm finna play it. Tell me if y'all can see it. I'm finna play it. Tell me if y'all can see it.
Con.
No, we try that poor butterfly got sick.
Can y'all see it?
Kind, just no audio.
Yeah, it's not playing
haven't
for me.
played it
It's
yet.
froze.
Okay.
Oh, con.
Well, most high made some beautiful creation. My butterfly look like he's having a bad day. This could be nice. Look how the butterfly keeps flying. Don't eat it, don't eat it, no! No! No, don't eat it! Dang. So think of it like this.
Okay, did y'all see it then?
Con.
Was it glitching?
It just
was
was lag,
little
but we
laggy.
kept saying we'll still able to watch it.
I'm gonna try like this. Y'all tell me.
I was still able to see it though. All praises.
Kind.
Okay, let's see if this works.
Well, most high made some beautiful
You
creation.
couldn't even see it for real.
My butterfly look like he's having a bad day.
I mean, at least it's up to pace.
This could be nice. Look how the butterfly.
Okay, basically I'll just explain to y'all. So basically, I was outside and I was picking up my groceries and a butterfly came out of nowhere and it kind of flew past my feet, which caught my attention because, well, I don't know if it flew past my feet. I was walking and it was just right there, and I kind of jumped. I was like, "Dang, that big!" I was like, "It says no butterfly." I was like, "Dang!" So I just started recording, and I was like, "That's nice." Most I, created some nice creation. And then the butterfly, like as y'all saw in the video, it was falling and it was trying to get back up, and then it kept falling and it was trying to get back up, and it kept falling and it was trying to get back up. And like butterflies fly fast and they fly high. This butterfly wasn't doing its best job. It wasn't flying as fast as it could have. It wasn't flying as high as it could have. It was doing piss poor. It wasn't doing good. The butterfly looked like one of the wings, but the butterfly was having a bad, rough day, and it just kept falling. And as you see, the butterfly tried to get back up, but then it fell again. And like the butterfly tried to get back up, and it fell again. Tried to get back up, and it fell. And then the bird came and ate it and took it away, and then it was gone. And how I seen that with my spiritual eye was, us in this truth, we ain't going as hard as we can, and we ain't enduring how we should. You ain't putting up a fight against these demons. The lust of the flesh, the cares of this world, and the spiritual demon Satan gonna eat you and devour you like that bird ate that butterfly. And none of us want that. So that's why it's so important to endure. Even if it's us like that butterfly, we keep falling. We feel like like the butterfly, like one of the wings was messed up or something. We keep falling and we just really going through it. Yeah, it is a cold world. Butterfly lost his life that day. But the bird needed to eat too. Okay. So kind of like we can be that butterfly in this truth. We keep falling, but we got to get back up. We got to go harder. We got to continue to endure. Don't look like the butterfly was enduring. Butterfly was right. It was on his last.
He was on his last leg.
It was was on his last strand and it got devoured. We ain't trying to get devoured by the cares of the flesh, the cares of this world and lust of the flesh. We trying to get this kingdom. Butterfly was on his last leg. The Most High might have you on your last.
Took him.
The Most High might have you on your last strike in this truth. One more time, you out of here. You ain't doing what you're supposed to do. You ain't enduring. Woe was me, spirit. You ain't putting up a fight. You ain't doing what you got to do in this truth. You ain't checking up on your sisters. You don't remember the last time you dry fasted. You being a hypocrite. You're not doing the work behind closed doors. You might be on your last strand in this truth like that butterfly. And then you out of here. And the bird, just how the bird ate the butterfly. The cares of this world, lust of the flesh, and the spiritual demons ain't gonna devour you. And they gonna eat you up. Because that butterfly had a good meal. And I was like, I was watching that, and I was like, that's none but the Lord. Kind of cool. Like the Most High had me see that for a reason. Like I was just going to pick up my groceries. And man's going to the Lord. Nothing is a coincidence. The Most High wanted me to see that for a reason. The Most High had me record that at the right exact time. And that's immediately what I thought of. And I was just and that happened like, I want to say 2-3 days ago. So I just been thinking about thinking about that the past few days. And I was just like, that's wild. So that's why we got to keep enduring, because we're trying to get that crown. The butterfly not going to get his crown. The butterfly ain't going to receive the crown because it got ate up by the cares of this world and the lust of flesh. And we don't want that to be us. We're trying to get this crown. We don't want to get ate up. We want to eat these demons. We don't want to get ate up. We don't want the demons to eat us. We want to stomp on these demons and chew them out and knock them out. So that's just something I wanted to share with y'all. Put it in visual mode for y'all. We don't want to get ate up by the bird,
4K. 4K. My God, that was beautiful. I had you to be there. So I had 2 precepts that I want to bring up. Let me bring out this before I forget it. Is Ecclesiastes 3 and verse 1. To everything there's a season, a time, every purpose under heaven. So the Most High had you to be there at that specific time for a specific reason. And through the Spirit, He allowed you to receive something that was double to that which is. The second precept I had was the book of Job, chapter 12 and verse 7-8. But ask now the beast, and they shall teach thee, and the fowls of the air, and they shall tell thee, or speak to the earth, and it shall teach thee, or the fishes of the sea, or the fish of the sea shall declare unto thee. So the Most High had that crow and that butterfly to teach you something through the Spirit, and that was a beautiful thing. So He had you there for that specific purpose, just to learn something on a spiritual level.
All praise to the Most High. How about you, Mount Shai? That's all I can say. And we ain't trying to get devoured like that butterfly did by that bird. So, we just want to
you and this butterfly.
But I had 2 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 7-8. I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. Henceforth, there's laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day, and not to me only, but unto them also that love His appearing. So, we got to fight the good fight. Paul, he went through it for the Lord. Paul said in Acts that he was ready to die for Yahweh Bashim Shah. Paul kept the faith. And Paul's not a hypocrite. So if Paul is telling us to keep the faith, that means he kept the faith. If Paul is telling us, to fight the good fight of faith in the book of 1 Timothy, let me get that real quick. We'll hold that. We can go to 1 Timothy chapter 6 and 12. Fight the good fight of faith. Lay hold on eternal life, whereunto thou art also called and hast professed a good profession before many witnesses. So if Paul telling us to fight the good fight of faith, of course he fought the good fight. He ain't a hypocrite. So reading back on, I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I've kept the faith. We're trying to finish our course because there's going to be a crown of righteousness laid up for us, Lord willing. We're trying to get that crown of righteousness. That's what we're all trying to get. So no matter how hot the heat turning up on you in that furnace, and you got to endure through it. Because this honestly is just light affliction. No, like this is honestly just light affliction. We're not catching hell like Susanna was. Susanna's gonna get put to death. She's gonna get put to death. Last time I checked, we ain't going through what Susanna going through. Susanna got lied on, got her name to fame. She got accused of committing adultery. Like, we're not catching hell like Susanna was. Ain't none of us been thrown in no lion's den, and none of us been thrown in no dungeon, and none of us been thrown in an actual fire furnace. And through all these things, Jeremiah, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, Daniel, Susanna, they all kept the faith through all those things. Not once did they ever denounce the name of the Lord. Not once did they ever say, I'm done with this truth. Not once did they ever say, being diligent butterflies. All praise to the Most High. Shalom, love you. Not once did they ever say, I'm done with this truth. I'm done with the Lord. I'm done checking them out. Nobody, they not once ever said that. They kept enduring. So how much more us? We're trying to get that crown of righteousness, and our foremothers and our forefathers endured. We're trying to get that crown of righteousness. So we got to continue to endure, because this is the condition of the battle. And no matter how hard it may get, no matter what spirits you may battling with, the kingdom is what we're looking forward to. You will never have to cry again. You will never feel pain, physical pain, spiritual pain, mental health. You will never have to deal with it again. You'll never be stressed out again. Your back will never hurt again. You don't got to worry about punching the so-called white man clock. You don't got to worry about scoffers. You don't have to worry about nothing. You don't got to worry about nothing. Because we got to count all things lost for you. How about Shema Shah is true? Might lose your job. Might lose your crib. Might have $1 to your name. No matter what we're going through in this truth. In the kingdom, we'll never have to worry about that again. Riches, glory, ruling. Ruling. Like, these are things looking forward to. Genuine sisters. I'm not saying nobody's genuine now, but we're all battling with demons. We're gonna be in immortal bodies. Perfect. The best thing ever. No more GMO food. No more checking to see if it's seaweed in the ice cream. No more.
What? Pork in almost every product.
No more checking to see if it's pork in your favorite gummy bears. No more checking to see if it's pork in your favorite chocolate bar. No more calculating grocery prices when you go through the grocery store. No more rotten, nasty food. No more, none of it, nothing. No more worrying about school. No more school.
Or processed food.
No more.
No more stress.
No more. We ain't gonna need none of that. It's gonna be beautiful.
Like, to just put her whole frustration. Because I did have a precept, James 1:12, and it reads, "Blessed is the man that endures temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised him that love him." And you also precept that with Matthew 24:13. Blessed is he that endured to the end. I'm sorry, he that endured to the end, the saints shall be saved. But if we endure to the end, the Lord promised us, an immortal body, crown, slaves, no more stress, no more worry, whatever comes up, we're gonna be the one coming up and putting fear upon all these other nations. We're gonna be one putting fear, stressing them out, basically giving them what they gave us. But the only way we can do that is if we endure. So you got to keep, like, mentally, like, what I like to do is, if I'm like doubting, so nah, don't doubt. I keep, repeating that to myself, which I'm trying to work on, like going to the Bible, kind of demon up instead of using mortal words, because mortal words can only do so much, but the words of the Lord can do way much more greater than that.
Gotta endure temptation. Because I was doing a quiz in English, and the question, one of the questions was, in English quizzes, my English quizzes, you got to answer each question in a paragraph, so it's not fun, but it's pretty easy. Our personal side. But one of the questions was, one of the questions was, after reading this story, what is your concept, or what could be the concept of salvation? Now, as the story say, and as people in the world say, you're saved when you give your life to Christ. You're saved when you turn away from sin. That's not what the Lord said. That's not what the script said. Last time I checked, Matthew 24:13, he that endures to the end, the same shall be saved. So you're not saved when you come into this truth. You're not saved when you give your life over to Yahweh Shem Shah. You're not saved. You're not saved. We're trying to get that kingdom. We're trying to get that salvation. So as I wrote in the actually, I'm gonna just read it to y'all real quick. Actually, never mind. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. But anyways, like the Most had me write down, real salvation is, enduring through all those trials and tribulation, enduring through those temptations, because when you give your life over to Yahweh Shem Shah and you try your best to walk blameless as possible, Satan is going to do everything he can to sift you out this truth. Satan is going to do everything he can to get you to go off. Satan is going to do everything he can to get you to smoke that blunt again. Satan is going to do everything he can to get you to text that, to hit up your evil twin. And you know what I'm talking about, that worldly you that was in the world, your evil twin. Saying he's gonna do everything he can to get you. You might text that old man, that like literally old man. Saying gonna do everything he can to get you to go off, everything he can to get you to transgress, everything he can to get you to go denounce the name of the Lord. He's gonna do everything he can. That's why it says, "He that endures to the end, the same shall be saved." Because we're going to be saved and get that kingdom, Lord willing, once we have endured all these trials and tribulations, once we have endured these temptations, when Satan has been in your back telling you to give up and go back in the world, and you said, like, I rebuke it, and how about Shema Shah, you kept pressing toward the mark. That's salvation. Enduring through all these things and having faith in how about Shema Shah and enduring to the end and keeping the commandments till death. The commandments don't stop in Jacob's trouble. The commandments stop when we get up out of here. When we get on them chairs, or when you die for the Lord, if that's your lot. That's you keep the commandments to the very, very, very end. So that's salvation, and we're trying to get that. So we got to endure all these things, no matter what you may be facing right now, no matter what the Most High is throwing at you right now, no matter if the Most High is trying you every single day out the week. You got to endure. And I was watching this video, like the brother said, let me get it real quick. This Job 15 and hold on. Dang, hold on. Okay, Job 10. So like this Job 10 and is that what I wanted? So like y'all bear with me. Oh, it's right here. I'm reading over it. So this Job 10 and 16, and it reads, "For it increaseth." I'm gonna start at verse 15. And this is I learned this today in when I was watching the video, and I never thought of it like this. But this Job 10 and 15 through 16. "If I be wicked, woe unto me, and if I be righteous, yet will I not lift up my head. I am full of confusion, therefore see thou mine affliction. For it increaseth, thou huntest me as a fierce lion, and again thou shewest thyself marvelous upon me." So sometimes our iniquity is going to increase. Sometimes when you're going through trial and tribulation, that fire is just going to keep increasing and keep heating up and keep heating up and keep heating up. It says, "Thou huntest me as a fierce lion, and again thou shewest thyself marvelous upon me." So the Most High is hunting us as lions, seeing which one of us he's going to try through the fire. He's hunting us like lions hunt their prey. And, like I was watching the video, what I learned from it was, like the brother said, when a lion get their prey, they don't just eat, they don't just eat the whole thing right away. They might chew on it and devour it and then put it to the side and come back for more later, so they can have something to snack on later, I've never seen a lion eat a whole deer in one setting. It gonna eat a little bit, may walk away for a few and come back for some more. It's gonna take a little break. And again, thou shewest thyself marvelous upon me. So, the Most High, he can be dealing with you on a level where you're going through it for 3 days straight. Or you might be going through it for the whole 7 days. You might be going through it for the whole 7 days. You're catching back-to-back hell. Most High kind of put you to a side, all right? Put her to a side and come back. And then the Most High come back, and then it increases. And now you're catching it on a whole nother level. You had a little break. You might get a little day off of affliction. The next day you're feeling better. That literally was me. I was going through it for about 2 days. And then the third day, okay, I'm feeling good. Who knows? I might wake up in the morning and catch so much hell, if that's in the Lord's will. The Most High might be dealing with you for about 3 days. And then, okay, you're feeling good the next day. You're doing better through the Spirit. And then he right back at it with you again. Just like a lion when it's eating its deer, when it's eating its prey. And then it says, and thou shewest thyself marvelous upon me. And then the Most High reveals his mercy, his greatness, and he rewards you for enduring. Things might get better. Or Lord willing, we get the kingdom. And that's what I learned today watching that video. The Most High is hunting us like lions. Lord willing, we got to continue to endure. And if the Lord chooses to turn up the flame and continue to afflict you for 3 more days, that's his business. He can do it. He can do that. And our job is to continue to endure. If the Lord chooses to afflict you for 5 days straight, he can do that. And it's our job to endure. If the Lord chooses to afflict you for 2 weeks straight, that's his business. He can do that. And it's our job to endure. No matter how much the Lord chooses to deal with us, no matter how long he chooses to deal with us, we got to endure. And who wouldn't want to endure affliction for Yahweh? Who wouldn't want to go through it? Literally, who wouldn't want to? It's a beautiful thing when the Lord is trying us through the fire. And the Most High has to remove these wicked, nasty traits and spirits off us. And we gotta get purified somewhere or another. Got to go through the fire to get those demons off us, those traits. So I yield on that. We got to continue to endure.
That's some beautiful points. Very beautiful point. Yeah, most definitely got to keep it there. Like me, like you said, like, hold on, Slacky, let me get the door. But like you said, yeah, but you can be doing for like, you can be doing like for 2 days, going for 2 days. Then the next day you feeling good. That's how I'm feeling right now. You don't know, like, you're gonna be right. Just you mute if you're talking.
Liberia, you on mute.
You're muted, sis. I thought you didn't hear me.
What's the last thing y'all heard?
Nothing.
None of it. The dog barking.
I lose you. Yeah. I was like, sis, you muted. Because I was washing my dishes off. And it's just too quiet. Okay, maybe she writing some stuff down. So I looked and saw your lips move. I'm like, okay, sis, you're mute. So I muted back up. And you still going. I'm like, yeah, I believe you came up. I'm like, sis, you're muted.
I heard you say something, but I didn't really. I heard you say something, but I didn't hear you. And then I was saying, "Oh, sis, we can't hear you, by the way, because it was really low." Turns out I'm muted the whole time. Yeah, it's okay.
You that.
It's 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 3 through 5. Though therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua HaMashiach. So we got to endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua. No matter what we face in this world, we got to continue to endure. No, because Yahushua endured it all to get on the right hand of Yahweh. That's Hebrews 12 and 1 through 2. You know, no man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of his life, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier. And if a man also strive for master, yet is he not crowned, except he strive lawfully. So no man that warreth entangle himself with the affairs of his life. So no matter what we're facing in this walk, we can't entangle ourselves with the affairs of this life. We can't go back in the world and get caught up in the lust of the flesh. You know, we just can't do that. And Lily, when you were gone, I showed them a clip, and it was I'll just send it to you later. But it was like I'll just send it to you later. Never mind. But we ain't trying to get devoured by the bird, y'all. We ain't trying to get devoured by the bird. We can't get caught up in the cares of this world. And this is Hebrews chapter 12, and 1 and 2. Wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so a great cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which does so easily beset us, and let us run with patience to the race that is set before us. Looking unto Yahushua, the author and finisher of faith, our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of Yahweh. For consider him that endured such contradiction of sinners against himself, lest you be wearied and faint in your minds. So, you know, we got to consider Yahweh by Hashem, Hamashem like Yahushua, that endured all things, you know, to get on the right hand side of Yahweh. He endured all these things. And how much more us trying to get on the right hand side of Yahushua? Trying to be walking and talking to Yahushua. You know?
I had 2 precepts. The first one is Psalm 119 and 71. It is good for me that I have been afflicted, that I might learn thy statutes. And, you know, the statutes are what's well pleasing unto the Most High. So, you know, it's good that we're being afflicted, that we learn the right way, you know, proving what's right and what's wrong, you know, and just killing off, like I always say, killing off that old woman. And then I had Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3 and 5 and 6. It says, in having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded, for Yahweh proved them and found them worthy for himself, as gold in the furnace hath he tried them and received them as a burnt offering. So, you know, like Abiria was saying, we got to endure the infliction and go through the fire so that we can get rid of, you know, our impurities and you know, those spirits that are upon us. And I just think that's always a beautiful way of looking at it. Like, it's our purification process. And why would we not want to present our most pure selves, our purest and cleanest form of ourselves unto the Lord? We don't want to be filthy and dirty before the Lord. We want to be pure. So enduring this affliction and our trials and tribulations is really an honor and a beautiful thing that he's even chosen us, that he sees it fit for us to even go through these things. And, you know, when times get hard, those are the things that we have to look at, you know. I know we always refer to Job and, you know, just look at it, you know, the Most High saw it fit for Job to go through those things. He saw it fit for Susanna to go through what she went through, for Tobit to go through what he went through Sarah to go through what she, so all these accounts of our foremothers and forefathers, you know, just the Most High sees it fit for you specifically to go through the things that you're going through. And it's just an honor. So, God.
Just dropping gems.
All praises to the Most High.
Praises. Khan, you know, who wouldn't want their impurities off? And it's like a dog that got, it's like a dog that's been in the mud and stuff like that. That dog want a bath. And I don't know about y'all, but my little puppy Pepper, he don't like bath. He don't want to get in that water. He don't. If a dog had to choose, that bath would be his affliction.
Mine too.
Don't like baths, don't like water, don't like soap. But they kind of need it. Like they want a shower, they want a bath, but then again, they kind of get in that water, they really don't want it. Who wouldn't want their impurities washed off? Like a dog, it needs to be clean, it needs to be washed off. And they got to go through that cleaning process and get it all the nasty dirt and boo-boo off of his fur. How much more us trying to get these nasty, wicked traits and demons off our vessel? These are things we got to go through. We're reading back on Hebrews 12:1. The sin which doth so easily, wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so a great cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doth so easily beset us, and let us run with patience until the race that is set before us. Beset means to trouble. Beset means to trouble, or trouble or threaten or be covered or studded with. So it means just to trouble, to plague, to attack. So we got to lay aside those temptations and stuff that gets us to go off. You got to lay aside those things that get you to constantly go off. You got to put those things aside. As Yahweh Shah said in the parable in Mark, it's better to go in the kingdom of heaven all beat up than to not get it at all, because you weren't able to cut off all those things that was getting to go off. You weren't able to lay aside those distractions. You weren't able to lay aside those things that were weighing so heavy on you. You weren't able to cut it off for Yahweh Shah sake. We got to be able to cut off anything that's in the way of our salvation, anything that's in the way of us growing, anything that's constantly getting us to go off, anything that's distracting us. You got to be able to cut it off and lay it aside and run this race with patience. And remember Yahweh Shah, how he endured all things to get on the right hand of Yahweh. We're trying to be on the right hand side of Yahweh Shah, so we got to endure all these things. Lord willing, let me get this parable. Okay, this is the book of Mark, chapter 9, and I'm going to start at verse 47. All praises. Actually, I'm going to start at verse 43. And if thy hand offend thee, cut it off. It is better for thee to enter into life maimed than having two hands to go in hell into the fire that shall never be quenched. So maimed means beat up, wounded, injured, whatever. Okay, reading on. Where their worm dieth not and the fire is not quenched, and if thy foot offend thee, cut it off. It is better for thee to enter hot into life than having 2 feet to be cast into hell, into the fire that shall never be quenched. Where their worm dieth not and the fire is not quenched, and if thine eye offend thee, pluck it out. It is better for thee to enter into the kingdom of Yahweh with 1 eye than having 2 eyes to be cast into hell fire. Wherefore their worm dieth not and the fire is not quenched. For every one shall be salted with fire, and every sacrifice shall be salted with salt. So I just wanted verse 48. So that was the book of Mark, chapter 9, verse 43 through 48. So basically, Yahweh Shah is saying, whatever's offending you, pluck it out, cut it off. It's better to go into the kingdom of heaven all beat up than to not get it at all, because you weren't willing to cut off those things that was distracting you. You weren't willing to endure that temptation. You weren't willing to put aside, you just weren't willing to do it. You wanted to give into the lust of the flesh. You wanted to give into the cares of the world. You weren't able to cut off those things, And when it says, then having 2 eyes to be cast into hell fire. So it's either everlasting life or everlasting lake of fire. And we got to be willing to let aside those sins that easily beset us, lay aside those temptations, just cut off anything that's offending you and cause you to go off for you to, so you can get the kingdom. If you don't, that everlasting lake of fire, it's like our life is on the line here. So we got to continue to endure through all these things. So I yield on that. If anybody else had any precepts they wanted to send out by exhortation and enduring.
My favorite is Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 26. I'm going to it. Give me 1 second. If I can get there. Okay, I'm gonna start at 23. It says Hebrews chapter 10 and yeah, I'm gonna start at 23. Let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering, for he is faithful that promised. And let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works, not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much the more as you see the day approaching. So we see these signs in these times, and I just think this is a really good precept for us to keep in mind that Salakia calling me on my iPad. My bad. It's a really good precept to keep in mind. Just that, as we are enduring, we have brothers and sisters around us that are enduring as well. So, oh my goodness, Salakia, y'all. Saying you're not gonna take this word away. What was I saying? Okay, we have brothers and sisters around us that are enduring as well. So, we see the signs, we see the times, and just knowing that like times like this when we get on these calls, like, as much as, the time might come around and, you might be like, oh, well, I don't really feel like getting on a call, or I don't really feel like, studying. I don't really know. We see the days approaching, and the assembling of ourselves together when two or more are gathered, in the name of the Lord, he's in our presence. He is there with us. So these times together to help build one another up are really important as well. Just our sisters we need one another. I know I be needing y'all, so I just am really thankful, and I wanted to say all praises to the Most High for putting it in Abiria's spirit to do these calls every week, because the signs and the times that we have, the days that we're living in, and just understanding that as prophecy is unfolding, times like these for exhortation are really important. So the water sis, and all praises to the Most High.
All praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High. Because I ain't even gonna lie. We all, like I heard on the video, we all have stuff we need to work on, and that comes to self-examination. We all got weaknesses, and that weaknesses is just something you need to strengthen and work on. We all get attacked by these demons. So there has been times of saying like, well, you ain't got a topic to do the call, so don't do the call. The Most High always puts it on my head spirit to be like, you can never go wrong with exhortation. You better do that call. You can never go wrong with encouraging your sisters to endure, because we're catching hell every day. If not every day, almost every day. Being in this walk is not always peaches and cream and peach cobbler and sweet potato pie. It's not always going to be sweet. Being in this walk, every single one of us are going through something behind closed doors and bearing burdens with one another. So like the sister Lily said, because the times we're in and evils are increasing on the earth, we see prophecy and we see Ukraine and Russia and all them about to go to war. We see all these things coming to pass. All praise to the Most High. He gave us ear to see, ear to hear, and eye to see. We see these things. Right now is the time where we need to be exhorting one another, telling one another to keep enduring, telling one another to increase in faith, telling one another to repent, telling one another to fast, telling one another to study. This is the time to be doing this. If not now, then you feel me? When? This is Luke 9:62. And it reads, and Yahweh said unto him, no man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of Yahweh. So none of us realizing who we are according to the Lord, according to the scriptures, knowing we're Israelite, knowing we got to keep the commandments, coming in, keeping the commandments, repenting daily, trying to stay blameless as possible, putting our hands while doing the work, sewing, cooking, cleaning, keeping the feast days, putting your hands to the plow. Looking back in the world and going back is not fit for the kingdom of Yahweh. Nothing in this life is worth your salvation. What are you going back to the world for? Nothing in the world is nothing but a sword, death and destruction, and no protection in the last days. You go back in that world, the Most High is not going to look out for you in Jacob's trouble. It's nothing but a sword waiting for you. A lake of fire. That's all that's waiting for you in the world, in the lust of the flesh. There's nothing in the world. No matter how tough it gets in this walk, we have to continue to endure it. We have to continue to endure, y'all. Like, literally, I don't even, we don't know how much time we got left. Like, just think about that. The Most High could have us on the last second. Only the Most High knows when Yahweh Shah's returning. We could be on the last second. We don't know how much time we got left. We gotta keep enduring. We trying to be found as blameless as possible for the Most High Yahweh Shah. So like the Most High has me always say through the Spirit, if the Most High is showing you that you need to work on something, that you need to have more faith, that you need to read more, then you need to get on it and you need to do it ASAP. We don't got all day. We don't got all day to get our spirit right. We don't got all day to try to fast more. If you're going to try to increase and try to go harder, now is the time to do it. We don't got all day. We do not have all day. We do not have all day. We don't. Now is not the time to lollygag. Now is not the time to say, I'll do it tomorrow. Who said there will be a tomorrow? Now is not the time to say, I'll do it in the morning. Quit playing with the Lord like that. He can sift you out in the morning. Read now, study now, pray now, fast now. We're trying to get the kingdom, and these are things we got to go through to get it. So no matter, again, how hot the furnace may get on you, hey, through the power spirit of your Yahweh Shah, Lord willing, you continue to endure. Yeah, because we're trying to get that kingdom. And this is Philippians chapter 3 and verse 7 through 8. But what things were gained to me, those I counted lost for Yahweh Shah. Yeah, doubtless, and I count all things but lost for the excellency of the knowledge of Yahweh Shah, my Lord, for whom I suffered the loss of all things, and do count them but dung, that I may win Yahweh Shah. You know, so we got to count all these things lost for Yahweh Shah. None of this matters. None of it. I'm going to read down to verse 13 and 14. Brethren, I count not myself to have apprehended, but this one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind and reaching forth unto those things which are before. I press toward the mark for the price of the high calling of Yahweh and Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. You know, so we're trying to press toward the mark and forget those things that are behind. You know, so you got to forget about the world, forget about that big CEO position, forget about that BMW, forget about forget about that mansion. You got to forget all about this worldly stuff. You got to forget all about it. You know, none of it matters. You got to press toward the mark. And I was thinking about another precept, but I don't remember what I was thinking about. But I yield on that real quick. I was thinking about another precept, but I don't remember.
You know, the paraphrase of it?
But Lord, we just all continue to endure, you know, and just continue to fight the good fight. Call upon the name of the Lord, because Satan is going to do everything he can. I mean, everything to sift us out. And that's Luke chapter 22 and 31. And the Lord said, Simon, Simon, Satan, behold, Satan have desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat. But I have prayed for you, that thy faith fail not, and thou art converted, strengthen thy brethren. He said unto him, Lord, I'm ready to go with thee both into prison and to death. So we got to be ready to, you feel me, do that thing for the Lord. You know, be ready to lose it all for the Lord. You know, but Satan is going to do everything he can to get us out this truth. He's going to do everything he can to knock us down. He's going to do everything he can to get us to fall out. You know, but the most, you know, Yahweh Shah, they praying for some of us to make it. And Lord willing, we continue to endure, because y'all, we're trying to get that. We're trying to get that kingdom. We're trying to get that crown. Oh, I remember the precept. All praises. That's spirit. This is the book of Revelations. Chapter 21 and verse 4. And Yahweh shall wipe away. I'm going to start at verse 3. I'm going to start at verse 1. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 21, verse 1 through 4. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from Yahweh out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of Yahweh is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and Yahweh himself shall be with them, and be their God. And Yahweh shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. There's going to be a new heaven, a new earth. No more GMO food. I'm going to keep saying this. No more checking for pork in your food. No more checking for seaweed. No more checking for no ingredients. No more fake food. No more pain. No more dealing with demons. No more crying. All that's going to be done away with. That, how beautiful is that? How beautiful is it to get a crown on your head? How beautiful is it to hear, well done, my good and faithful servant? When we're not trying to hear, depart from I never knew you. That's not what we're trying to hear. Hey, but keep playing with the Lord, not being diligent, not putting up a fight with these demons. We don't want that, y'all. We don't. We can't tempt the Lord. The Lord not some big, sweet, white guy like the Christian church has portrayed. Yahweh Bashemah Shah is a man of war. You know, and he's going to recompense all of us according to our work. It said in Revelations 22:12. You know, he's going to reward us according to the work we did. The Most High is not unfaithful for getting our works. The Most High sees everything. So let's just make sure we're doing all things in sincerity. You know, and also I wanted to get with that was dang, y'all, it's like it's in my mind. Oh, I was watching this video. No, hold on, I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. But like I was saying, I was watching this video, and we already know, like in the kingdom, we're not gonna be in the flesh no more. We're gonna be in more bodies, perfect bodies, no more pain, no more back hurting, no more feet hurting, none of that. And I knew we would have slaves, Lord willing, and we'll be ruling, Lord willing. But I never thought of it like this, you know. The way I was listening to a video, think about all the other nations, you know, that's gonna be there, right? We're ruling over them or whatever, Lord willing, or whatever the case may be. They're going to be in the flesh. Every ounce of hell we caught, they're going to get it 144 times worse. How beautiful is
every
that?
inch.
And this is not no type of thing where it's like their demons can hop on us. No, none of that. They're going to be battling with demons. They're going to be catching hell. They're going to be building up stuff. They're going to be slaves. They don't have to endure through all of it. They will never get a break. They will never get a break. We won't have to deal with none of that. They demons can't hop on us no more because we're going to be more bodies. Perfect. How beautiful is that? Wow. Like, how beautiful is that? We will never have to deal with it ever again. They're going to be catching hell, and we're going to be like, pass me my cup of wine and finish scrubbing my flow. Like, how beautiful.
I'm not there no more.
Y'all, that's beautiful. We're looking forward to the kingdom.
2 bedrooms. They got to fight over a 2 bedroom. They be dropping weapons and stuff where they at, and they have to go to war. That's how they gonna be in 2 bedrooms. 1 or 2.
But I had one more precept, and I don't think I had any more precepts for tonight. But it's 2 Corinthians 4:17. For our light affliction, I'm gonna start at 16. For which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day. For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. While we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. You know, our light affliction we're going through is just for a moment. It's just while we're in this captivity. You got to endure a little bit longer. Got to fight a little bit harder. Got to push a little bit more. Just for a moment. Just for a moment. But it's going to work a far more exceeding eternal way to glory. We're trying to get the kingdom. This is just for a moment. It's just light. Keep enduring. And we're looking at the things the things we're seeing right now is temporary. This life, temporary. This flesh, temporary. This demon you're battling, temporary. That trial and tribulation, temporary. The headache and that backache, temporary. But the things we don't see right now, the kingdom, eternal, everlasting. We're going to be happy forever. Rich forever, Lord willing. No more pain forever, Lord willing. No more battling demons forever, Lord willing. That's going to be eternal and forever, everlasting. So we got to continue to endure because that is something we're looking forward to. I'm not looking forward to nothing in this life, but enduring. I'm looking forward to the kingdom. In this life, the only thing I'm looking forward to is the kingdom. I'm not looking forward to this big job. I'm not looking forward to this big car. I'm not looking forward to the next biggest nice garment I could get. I'm not looking forward to that. Our goal is to be looking forward to the kingdom, pressing toward the mark, enduring all things for Yahweh Shema Shah's sake. Hold on, I had another precept. It's Mark chapter 2 and verse 21 through 22. No man also seweth a piece of cloth on an old garment, else the new piece that is filled up taketh away from the old, and the rent is made worse. And no man putteth new wine into old bottles, else the new wine doth burst the bottles, and the wine is spilled, and the bottles will be marred. But new wine must be put into new bottles. Let me look at what this word marred means. So marred means spoiled, So, a piece of new cloth is nobody's gonna sew a piece of new cloth on an old garment. So these new bodies we have, these new women we are now, because we've come to this truth, we're not gonna keep going back in our old ways and putting on that old clothing. Nobody's gonna sew a piece of new cloth in an old garment. Nobody's gonna put new wine into an old bottle. We're not gonna go tap into our old wicked nasty ways and try to put it on our new body. We're not doing that. We're not going back in the world because nobody's going to put old wine in a new nasty bottle. We're not doing that. But Lord, will we continue to cleanse our spirit, get our mind right in these last days, continue to fast, continue to pray, to continue to go harder, walk in the fruits of the spirit, and just work on whatever the Most High is showing you need to work on. Continue to check up on your sisters, be genuine, and just continue to just fight the good fight. Because Lord, when we're trying to get up out of here, we don't know how much time we got left. Now it's going to time to lollygag. Stay diligent, Lord willing. Continue to make the call of your election sure. Just continue to seek the Most High's face. This 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 10. I'm going to start at verse, that's not what I wanted, but that's the spirit. I'm going to start at verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walking about, seeking whom he may devour. Whom resist steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplishing your brethren there in the world. But the God of all grace, who has called us into his eternal glory by Yahweh Shai, after that you have suffered a while, make you perfect, establish, strength, and settle you. And so we got to be sober and be vigilant. Continue to remain sober-minded, not, having a peace of mind, also being sober, like physically, not drunk, but having a peace of mind, being watchful, watching these demons, watching Satan, how he's trying to get you. Making sure you're standing in the spirit, because if you ain't in the spirit, you drunk off this world, you drunk off this world and the cares of this world, Satan gonna get you every time he can. If you're not occupying these scripts, Satan gonna get you every time he can. And you're not alone, because we're going through things that are accomplished with sisters going through the same thing. But things we're going through is to establish, strengthen, settle, and make us perfect. So we ain't gonna never be better if we don't go through these things. Ooh, that's the spirit. This is 2 Peter chapter 3. In verse 9, the Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long suffering to us. We're not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. So the Most High is not slack concerning his promise. The Lord said, he that endures to the end, the saints shall be saved. That's what that is what it is. The Most High is not a liar. Numbers 23:19. But the Lord said, the righteous shall live evermore and shall get a glorious kingdom. In Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 15 through 16. That is what it is. The Most High said, blessed is the man that endures temptation, and that is what it is. It's not a lie. So if we continue to endure temptation, overcome these demons, have faith, continue to fear the Most High to the very end, and continue to overcome all these trials and tribulations, Lord willing. Hey, the Most High is not a liar. He's not slack concerning his promises. Everything he's promised you, the inheritance, the glory, the riches, the kingdom, you will get that, Lord willing, but you got to go through this fire first. You're not finna just get that CEO promotion. You're not finna just get that that new job without putting in the work for it. You're not finna just get that number one team on the number one spot on the basketball team without putting in the work, without going to extra practices, without sweating, without passing out. Maybe you're not gonna get to that level you want to be without going through the prerequisite to get through it. You're not finna take math 1 through 02 and you haven't even taken math 1 through 01. How are you gonna get to the next level? You got to go through this first. We got to go through this hell first. We got to go through these trials and tribulations first. These are the things we got to go through first to get the kingdom. The Most High is not a liar concerning his promise. You know, you get a trophy at the end of the race when you win, and our trophy is the kingdom. So keep running this race. This is the precept I wanted. 2 Peter 1:10. Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if you do these things, you shall never fail. So Lord willing, y'all, we got to continue to stand in spirit, fight these demons, and make the calling of our election sure. The whole duty of man is to keep the commandments. That's what we're here to do. Nothing more, nothing less. Lord willing, y'all continue to endure. That's all I had. If you have anything else, the floor is yours. I love y'all. Continue to press toward the mark. Fight the good fight. Oh, I had one more. I'm gonna close it out with this. I got a few more. Not Salakia. Luke 10:17-19.
Bring it up.
17 returned again with joy, saying, Lord, even the devils are subject unto us through thy name. He said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. Behold, I give unto you power to tread on serpents and scorpions, and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by enemies hurt you. Notwithstanding in this, rejoice not that the spirits are subject unto you, but rather rejoice because your names are written in heaven. So last time I checked, we got power to tread upon these demons. Yahweh Shah just said he gave us power to tread upon these demons. So Satan gonna do everything he can to kill you, to get you out this truth, to kill you spiritually, mentally, fit. He's gonna do everything he can to get you out this truth. You know, all I know is, and if Satan keep knocking you out, all I know is the last blow better be yours. You better knock him out at least one good time. The last hit better be yours. You better knock. Hey, the way you punch Satan, he better go flying. You better sucker punch the freak out of Satan. You know. Literally.
The same.
It's Acts 14:22, confirming the souls of the disciples.
Stay faith.
Acts 14:22, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter to the kingdom of Yahweh. This 1 Thessalonians 3:2-3. And sent Timotheus, our brother, and minister of Yahweh, and our fellow laborer in the gospel of Yahweh Shah, to establish you and to comfort you concerning your faith, that no man should be moved by these afflictions, for yourselves know that we are appointed thereunto. This 1 Corinthians 10:13. There have no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man, but Yahweh is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above you are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that you may be able to bear it. This is Hebrews 11:25. Choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of Yahweh than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. This is Proverbs 3:11. My son, despise not the chastening of the Lord, neither be weary of his correction. This is Ephesians 3:13. Wherefore I desire that ye faint not at my tribulations for you, which is your glory. So all that, with that all being said in a nutshell, faint not at tribulations. You know, like Paul said, we knew we go through things. We knew we go through these things. For yourselves know that we are appointed thereunto. We knew we go through these things. Nobody said this walk was going to be easy. We're going to go through it. But the Most High will never, ever, ever put us in a situation that we can't overcome. He will never give us a demon we can't fight off. Like the sister Lily said, through the power and spirit of the Most High, Yahweh Shema Shah, the Most High saw Job and all the other forefathers and foremothers fit to go through that. The Most High see it fit for us to go through these things. So he's not going to give us something we can't overcome, you know. So whatever we're going through, we got to remember that the Most High is dealing with us. He loves us. It's better to go through hell and back for the Lord so we can get that kingdom than to be in this world, sinning, not knowing who you are, and getting hit with that sword. You know, it's better to be in this truth and endure to the end than to go back in the world and get hit with that sword. So Lord willing, we continue to endure and just be thankful when we're going through tribulation, because that means the Lord is dealing with us. He loves us. The Most High just wants us to be better. You know, you got to get those undesirable traits off of us somehow. You got to get those nasty, wicked spirits off of us somehow. So how are we going to ever get it off if you don't ever, how's a car ever going to get clean if you don't take it through the car wash? So how are we ever going to get better and be better if we don't ever go through nothing, if we don't ever fall? So whatever trial and tribulation you're facing in this walk, no matter how the Most High is dealing with you and how much heat is getting in the furnace, how hot it's getting, you got to continue to endure and know that it's working together for your good, and know that the kingdom is ahead, and know this is building you up to be a better woman, and the Lord loves you. And I think I had one more precept, and then I'll be done for real. It's Malachi 3 and hold on. 3 and 17. And they shall be mine, saith the Lord of hosts, in that day when I make up my jewels, and I will spare them as a man spared his own son and serveth him. So how are you going to be a shiny jewel that the Lord is going to have if we don't go through the fire to get shiny? How's a penny or a dime or a diamond going to ever get shiny and all beautiful? And how's that gold going to be all shiny and perfect if it don't go through that fire? If it don't go through that process of getting, cleansed and molded into the perfect gold and the perfect penny? How much more us, those jewels? How are we going to be the precious jewels the Lord said he needs? Let me get that precept again. It's Malachi 3 and 17, and it reads, and they shall be mine, saith the Lord of hosts, in that day when I make up my jewels. How are we going to be the Lord's jewels if we're nasty and dirty and crusty and ain't shiny? In order to be those precious jewels that the Lord needs on that day, those shiny jewels, we got to go through that fire. So no matter what you're facing in this walk, no matter what demons you're battling with, no matter how tough it may be for you right now, continue to endure. Count it joy. Be thankful that the Lord is dealing with you. Be humble. Be content. And I'm talking to myself as well. And, the Most High put on my spirit to do these calls, it helps me do better behind closed doors, because I can't be a hypocrite. What I tell y'all through the spirit, I got to apply to my life. It could always be worse. Please pray for Israel that's homeless. Please pray for Israel in jail. Please pray that the Most High heal the brokenhearted in Israel. Pray for Israel that's losing their families. Pray for Israel in this truth. Pray for the mothers in Israel. Pray for the pregnant sisters. Pray for everybody in Israel. We need prayers in these last days. We need faith in these last days. Continue to reach out to sisters. Continue to fast. Continue to study. Lord willing, we continue to do all these things to just make the call of our election sure, and being there for our sisters and enduring, because we're trying to get that kingdom. And no race is easy. When the cars are running around the racetrack, them car shows, they be trying to get that trophy, boy. Running a mile race, when you ever been to a track and field race or whatever, they're doing a 100-meter dash or whatever, it's not easy. They trying to get that. Everybody's competing. We're in this truth trying to get the kingdom. We're trying to get that crown. These are things we got to go through. So I love y'all. Lord willing, it helped somebody. I know I needed to hear it. If you have any more precepts, the floor is yours. But continue to endure and call upon the name of Yahweh Shemel Shai. And yeah.
Khan, I had it's choppy, sis. We can't really hear you. Say it again.
Can you hear me now?
Yep. Go ahead.
That's not good now.
Oh, it was choppy again.
Okay, but
It's choppy, sis. We can't hear you.
go ahead and type it.
Okay, Con, I had Hebrews chapter. Say something. Say it again.
Can you?
You still in the matrix.
I'm a,
Okay, Con. I had Hebrews chapter 10, verse 35. It says, "Cast not away, therefore, your confidence, which have great recompense of reward. For ye have need of patience, that after ye have done the will of Yahweh, that ye might receive the promise." Um, I must jump to. Well, I'm gonna keep reading. "For yet a little while, and he that shall come will come and will not tarry. Now the just shall live by faith. But if any man draw back, my soul have no pleasure in him. But we are not of them who draw back unto perdition, but of them that believe to the saving of the soul." So Abiria was just saying, let's not turn back to our old ways. And my favorite thing to say is, choose ye this day what type of pillar you want to be. Do you want to be a strong pillar amongst your nation, striving to continuously endure, or do you want to be a pillar of salt like Lot's wife? And I don't think any of us want to be that pillar of salt. And I have one last precept, which is Galatians 6:9. It says, "And let us not be weary in well doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not." So, Lord willing, sisters can keep enduring and striving to endure unto the end. Khan, and then Kwana was saying, Lord willing, sisters can fast as much as possible. I guess that's that diligence challenge system of what you put out. Let's up what we doing, because just because we don't know when Yahushua coming back, don't mean that our our personal time is not running out. We don't know when our last day is going to be. So, Lord willing, sisters can just go harder in the spirit, stay on fire for the Most High, and keep enduring.
Praise the Most High. Very, very beautiful points. Very beautiful. We're gonna reap in due season. Lord willing, we're gonna get the kingdom in due season. Lord willing, we'll never have to worry about nothing no more. But right now, that's not where we at. We still down here as a nation. We got a lot of stuff to do. We got a lot of stuff to work on. We got a little more enduring to go. Let's definitely try to up it up, and Lord willing, we just continue to endure. The water for y'all joining, the water for, just bringing precepts out. I enjoyed this dialogue with y'all. And Lord, we'll continue to endure and move in the spirit, fruits of the spirits, and check our spirit and make sure we got the right spirits on us and self-examine.
Saki.
That, shalom, love y'all, continue to endure. Peace and blessings be to you all.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbat Rakatah, Washamar.
I don't know the last part. I don't know the basics. I don't know the basics. I don't know the last
Shamar. That means protecting. Protect and watch you.
Like that right there. Another sister had said that. I was like, okay, wait a minute, what that was right there.
You said a Sharmatha.
No, it is Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Barakatah, Wa Shamar Atah.
Wa Shamar Atah. Watch out pronounce it wrong tomorrow, Lord willing.
I love y'all. Shalom.
Love y'all.